feel like starting off with a great morning with a podcast. My name's Daniela.
My name's Peyton.
We were just chilling. We were debating on some random stuff, obviously. We were just talking about her dog and her brother. Then I come up with homeless. I'm like, what do you think about people giving money to homeless? Give me your belief about it.
I think you should not give money to homeless people for many reasons. But what is your belief?
Well, people say lives are being saved. Maybe, possibly. I feel like if you do, you can give money to, kindness, it's kindness, it's really big in the world. So, yeah. What about you? What do you think that you could possibly, what do you think about it? Would you not,
I think I would not. Quoting Mr. R, he said that if homeless people don't want to accept the fact that they were gifted with shelter, food, and water in Seattle, then they should not be gifted with money. They should kind of that. They have the opportunity to be off drugs, but they're not on.
100% agree with that, but I don't agree with the part that you shouldn't. It's giving them chances to believe in themselves, oh my God, I'm making progress. And obviously it has a lot to do with, at the end of the day, you give them the money, it's their decision whether they're going to use it for other drugs. I could name so much, but I ain't. But I don't even know that lot. But I feel like it very much starts with kindness and giving them a chance, especially in the world.
So yeah, kind of like that. But at the same time, there are plenty of homeless shelters around Washington for people to go in, and there are over 25,000 homeless people that have the opportunity to be free of drugs and to go to shelters, but they decide not to. So it's kind of a thing now.
Okay. Honestly, maybe, I don't know, they could use it for toiletries, clothes, things like that. Especially when you think about it, the subject's really hard to talk about, but yet you have to have an agreement or a disagreement on it. And I agree that you should. She agrees that she shouldn't. At the end of the day, either you save a life or you let a life go.
Right. But at the same time, people give away money, and as much as you would love to give them money, it really depends on how much you give. But people work really hard for that money, and whether it's homeless or wealthy people, if you give money away, you don't have that money anymore. So if I were to give
permanent,
if I were to give homeless people money and they go spend it on drugs or alcohol or whatever, that wastes money that you worked hard for. And kind of whatever, a lot of people allow people to sell things in their shops or stores and whatever, so they can earn money to get what they want if they really want it that bad.
You can even give them coins. Pennies add up to $1.
Mm-hmm.
Dollars add up to more and more into more. A lot of homeless are very much addicted to any types of drugs and stuff like that, addicts, and all they want is more and more and more and more drugs. They can never stop. They can't be sober because why? Because you're fully addicted to that, and your body keeps asking you for more. But at the same time, you could use that they could get either it's using it for the good choice, water, food, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's so many that choose to do bad with it. They use it for drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, smoking, vapes, and more. But it comes down to the part where you need to just give it to them, and they can do whatever with it.
My opinion on that statement is that as much as if you don't, like you said, if you don't give money to people, they could be losing a life. You could be losing, you could possibly kill somebody by not giving them money to get like their main basic needs. But as much as that is true, giving them money also has an opportunity for them to have drugs and whatever, meaning that they could possibly die from drugs. So it's like the same thing, like they could both possibly die.
Sorry, we took a quick little break. So basically, give me more. I need more than just no. I need more than just a no.
Well, what I was trying to say was
Stop moving the chair.
having the money to get drugs can also kill them because they're gonna be all drugs, and that is really unhealthy, obviously, because drugs are unhealthy. But that could also kill them. So same thing as like dying from starving and then dying from drugs. So there's yeah.
Anyways, I'd like to change the subject a little. Mr. R said they get the chance to go to school, to live with their family, to get houses provided with everything you need, yet they still don't do it. Let's go to that part where you were I think it's kind of the part where you're disagreeing with me. I'd like to hear a little more about that, honestly.
I disagree with you because I mean,
And all our reasons are valid. Like, I agree 100% that our reasons are valid. Hopefully, she obviously agrees with me too.
right. I just want to say like it matters of people have the chance to be free off of drugs.
That keep talking.
And not everyone like people have the chance to be free off of drugs.
Okay, sorry.
People have the chance to be free off of drugs, but not everyone takes that chance because they don't want to be free. They want to be on drugs. And if that doesn't prove it, then
It's either we save lives or we hurt lives or we take a life.
yeah, but at the same time, like I get how like you're saying like yeah they need food and water, but not all of them. You can't trust all of them because like not all of them are gonna spend it on food from the gas station or the store. They could possibly spend it on alcohol or drugs. And that
We need
could
to
kill
find
them.
out. We need to find out on either. Let's see who has more votes on either. Let's go around the school and we'll see if teachers agree with either giving money to homeless or not. So we'll come back with you. We're gonna be doing some interviews that we'll be adding on this, doing some editing about it.
Yeah.
And we will, at the end, we will say about this percent thought we should and this percent thought we shouldn't. What
Okay.
side do you think we'd win? And then we're gonna ask you guys to see what you guys agree. So we'll let y'all know, and we'll be right back. What do you think about if people should be giving money to homeless people?
There are 2 points of view on that. One is if you give money to homeless people, chances are good that they're going to use that money to perpetuate the reasons why they are homeless. Drug abuse, alcoholism, that sort of thing. On the flip side, giving money to homeless people helps them with things that they might need to spend that money on. So it depends on how you want to look at it. I think that one of the things you can do if you really want to give money is to help organizations that directly help homeless people with food, clothing, shelter, and that sort of thing.
So do you think we should or we shouldn't?
I think that's up to the individual.
Okay, so Mr. Gross, what do you think about giving money to homeless people?
So if someone comes and asks me for money and I happen to have money in my pocket, I'm typically going to give that money to that person. Mrs. Gross, my wife, has a better option oftentimes if we see someone asking for money as we're going into a place, we might buy something for them and then give them something like a hamburger or something warm or something like that.
So, you believe that you should give money to the homeless?
Not exactly. I believe that if I have money and it's an easy option for me, then that is something that I think is okay for me to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
So what do you think about people giving money to homeless people?
Oh, so I think I heard Mr. Russ talking about this, but I kind of agree with him. I think it is an individualized kind of preference. My personal opinion is I do. So I always support, and sometimes if I have money, I'll do that. But if I have time, something that I like to do is actually go in and get something for them, like if there's a coffee shop or a restaurant or something nearby, instead of just giving them cash, then I'll go in and buy them a meal or something like that. But I think it's important to always support where you can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Okay, so Mr. R, what do you think about giving money to homeless people or not?
I don't think you should give money to homeless people because over in Seattle, they were offered to get their own apartments and housing complex if they stopped to do drugs, and they aren't being used to this day. So the fact this goes to the same thing. If you want to give them money or free things, they're just going to use it towards those drugs because that's where most of their money goes, which is why they're homeless.
Thank you.
Yep.
guys. So basically, we did the votes, and it came down to 3 to 4. So we still have way more people around the world that have different opinions on it, but just with those 4 interviews, it came down to 90% and 10% no.
I was 10%.
We will definitely get more opinions on it, and I'd like to ask you, what is your opinion? Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. We will be leaving. Thank you.